can you tell me what do I mean by regression over here? Just type in. What could regression mean? No idea, says Pawan. Okay, thank you. Compare data with the past. No. Madhukar says no idea. Going back to read what you already have read. Yes, Raman, you are right. Rereading the paragraph or the sentence again to get better comprehension. That is what regression is. Look, now when you're taking the notes, you can say regression on the left side. On the right side, give your own name, rereading. Enough. Make your own stuff. That is what I'm trying to say. So I want to help you out over here to make your own notes. Okay, for me, I use it as regression. For people, it's rereading, repetitive reading. Whatever you feel comfortable, write it down on your right side. That is your knowledge. You have created it. That's how I want you to work when it comes to notes. So what happens? Have you come across a situation where you're reading a paragraph and then you suddenly don't understand and then you go back and read again? How many of you have experienced that? Rereading line or rereading a paragraph, rereading a page. Done that? I do, Madhukar says. Who else? To get maximum comprehension. Many times Sushil says. Yes. And that's the most important thing, because that slows you down. Yeah. Sometimes we lose track to understand. Have you come across where you're reading it and then suppose you finish the second line and then something happens, you might have gone there or you might be thinking, and then you start reading from the first line again and then you don't remember where did I stop. Have you come across that situation? Yeah, it happens to me, Praveen says. So let's make sure that we stop that, because you know why? When a person reads for about 60 minutes, for example, 20% of the time is wasted in regression. That is what happens. So if you're reading for about 10 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, you're wasting on repetition, rereading, finding that line. And for me, you know what? Reading is not that energetic thing, exciting thing. But when you stick to reading, when you have decided to read, I want to make sure that each and every minute you have spent is valuable, is being used. So I want to make sure that extra time wastage nahi hoga. We stop that. And that is what I want you to focus on. I'll give you an example over here so that you understand. When you're watching a video, suppose you're watching a movie in a theater, and then there is a new character which just comes up, and you do not understand who this is, why did he come, what happened. Do you ask that person to rewind because you did not understand, or do you have a belief कि आगे मुझे पता चल जाएगा, I will understand as the movie goes? First option or second option? You start getting that belief that, yeah, I'll understand. And then you're like, now I understand why did that person come. And that is what I want you to trust. Once you come across a new word, one thing I should tell you, whenever you come across a new word you did not understand, immediately next 2 lines, there would be a meaning related to that new word, a definition given for that new word. That is how every authors write. That's one thing I want you to understand. So do not go ahead, read. Once you come across a new word you did not understand, go slow now. The next 2 lines, so that you are able to pick it up. You're able to assume at least what the word meaning could be. That's what I want you to do. That thought process. So as you see, regression, when it comes to watching a movie, suppose you're watching it at your home, all right? And for every 1 minute or 2 minutes, you rewind the scene. And then you play. And then after 2 minutes, you rewind the scene. And then you play. Will you enjoy the movie? Type in guys. Because you are breaking the flow. And that's when you really get irritated. Kya kar raha hai yaar? Dal de. That's the immediate thought process which comes, right? And that is what's happening. When we are putting breaks and rereading paragraph, we are stopping the flow, the zone which we are, and that's when we get distracted, we get bored, we are attracting other things. Like, nahi samajh mein aa raha, chhod, kal padhte hain, kal karte hain, and then we just drop it. And I want you to avoid that. So here's a practical tip I want to give to you when it comes to regression. So what you need to do is, first, whenever you come across a new word, as you read, you knew, okay, something new stuff has come. Please slow down immediately after that word for the next 2 lines and read. Because the author always has an explanation related to that word. Okay? Then, even if you did not understand, please build up that confidence कि मुझे समझ में आ जाएगा, and continue reading till the end of that page. 90% of the chances you would have understood what the whole concept was. If you do not understand, I want you to then go to a dictionary. Right now, we do not use dictionary. We can go to Google and see the meaning. But what happens during that case is, Google, you don't just open Google. There are other pages. There's other advertisements in Google when you open up. When you type in, there's something or the other, a notification comes, Facebook notification comes, and your mind just jumps into that. And then you're wasting your time into that. By making sure that you read till the end, at least you are satisfied that I read at least that page. Once you come across a new thing and then you jump, you just lose the value of what you have done. Nahi pada yaar. But once you have finished at that page, at least you feel as a winner, I read 1 page. I read that. And I want you to build up that wins. Believe in yourself. First thing, once you come across a new word, I can understand. I have 20 years of experience. I can figure this thing out. And then continue reading. The reason why I tell you not to reread the paragraph again is because you build up the same old habit of reading the paragraph again. I want you to be focused and continue till the end. And that is how we can avoid to reread. Build up that thought and continue. If you get confused, you read till the end and then move to Google, check it out. There are about 50-50 chances that you can come back and you'll continue reading. There are 50 chances you'll get deviated and move on. But whatever the case is, you will be satisfied that I have read. Is that clear, guys? Just type in, guys. I want all of you to type in, guys. If it is not clear, please ask me. If it's clear, type it. Because I want to make sure everything is clear. because regression is eating away 20% of your time. So what Vishal is, okay, let me repeat it, okay? So this is what happens. Let me give you a practical example. I'm reading this. Okay, no problem with that. Okay. I go mostly to the dictionary for new words. Okay, Praveen, that's a good thought. You go for dictionary for the new words, but every time when you sit with a document at office, you will not have a dictionary. It's only two people who have dictionaries. Let me answer Praveen's question. It's the students, our kids, or our grandfather, our fathers. They prefer having dictionaries. Even my father today, I remember for my wedding invitation, he went all the way, he walked 2 rooms and then he took out his dictionary and he came up. I think, Abba, we have a mobile, I can figure it out. He said, no, I want that. Those are the only 2 people who will do it. But we professionals busy, we want the answers like this. But the problem is when we go like this, we somehow discount our experience, our figuring out capacity. I want, because every time you might not get a dictionary. Okay, because once you go for dictionary, some other notification comes. When I open my this thing, immediately I go to WhatsApp. Because I have so many pops up which comes up. The moment I go there, once I see the Google, I will definitely go to Facebook. I will definitely go there and my time will get wasted. Trust me, for me, that 10 minutes have to be completely focused for reading only, not non-reading tasks. Because bahut mushkil se we spend time to read. So we need to make sure that every second is used for reading. So that is where I want. Because if you happen to continue, and the problem over here, here's another thing. I want you to continue reading till the end. If you still did not understand, read the whole page once again. Then go to the dictionary. You know why? You are punishing yourself. You are seeing wasteful time reading the whole page. I want you to start from initial days so that you are more focused. Because it's more about you thinking somewhere here and there and then you're reading. You're very casual about that. I did not understand because of my mistake. So I have to read the whole thing. If I still did not understand, I should read the whole page again. Next time you'll be more serious. I better make sure my 1 minute of reading is completely into reading. And then I move to my dictionary. And that's how I want you to develop this habit. Please, I want you to empower. Please do not discount your experience, the way to figure it out. That is the most important thing. Somehow we just discount ourselves when it comes to reading. Pata nahi chal raha, chalo dekhte hain. And every time we go over there, you know what? We are wasting time. We get distracted. We are human beings. Until we have a deadline ki aaj kal exam hai, padna hi hai, or we have a report to be submitted. Every time, I do not have deadlines. I do not have external deadlines to read this book or anything for my personal growth. Right? And that is something which we need to make sure this is a habit. Is that clear? Do we have any questions? Praveen says, yes. Based on your context, what you're reading. And then your mind goes into that. And then another word. This is how, the last time I went for a dictionary, I did not go for one word. I started seeing other words and like, wow, there's so many words, man. Kitna hai English mein? That kind of thought, appreciating English or just feeling overwhelmed with English words. The mind just went on into that direction. So I don't want to waste my time into all that. So I want to get that confidence that I can figure it out. I'll continue reading the whole thing. The reason why I did not get it, because I did not concentrate. So next time I will not reread. I'll be focused when I'm reading, completely attentive. Because when you're attentive, you are able to get that reading. Or else, the last chance is just go to the expert like Google, read it, and then come back. Once you practice this technique of reading once again, if you have not understood, guess what? Next time, even if you have not understood, you will go to Google and then you'll come back. You will not get deviated into Facebook, WhatsApp, other websites. And that is what I want. Come back quickly to the book or to the blog and finish it off. Get that value why you began to read. Because oftentimes what happens when you come to understanding, you just forget why did I start reading it, and then you go into different deviations. Has this thing happened, guys? You find the headlines good, interesting, you go for that, and then some complicated word comes, and then just you move on to the library, to the Google, and then you just don't know what I read, and you click on new pages, and you are into a different zone. So I want you to stop that. This is a habit I want you to approach, because trust me, these are how leaders read. They value reading as an important task. Because for me, reading is an investment. Buying books is an investment. It is not time pass. Dekhta hai, chalta hai attitude is not there for me. It's serious. I need to learn something which this person is doing, adopt. That is the mindset I approach. So when these things are, when we are more serious, that's when we get quality out of our reading.